Make sure to watch till the end because I'm gonna spill some tea about some bonus tips. Are you still trying to fill up your New Year's resolution, or you just promised yourself to eat healthy, or you even want to lose weight? Well, you're in the right place, so get comfortable, get some nice drink. I have my matcha latte here because I'm about to spill all the tea about eating healthy. But first, I would like to give all the credits to Glucose Goddess. You can follow her on Instagram. You may know some of her books. I have it in Czech, but it's Glucose Revolution and Glucose Goddess Method. So now I would like to explain what is actually glucose. It's a carbohydrate that gives us energy. It's also known as our blood sugar, which this video is gonna be about. Then we have fructose. That has the same formula as glucose, but it actually stores in our livers, and when there's no space in your livers, it stores as fat. So that's the reason why people may gain weight. And then we have sucrose, that is the worst carbohydrate, which is made out of glucose and fructose, and it just stores as fat too. If you eat some sugar or starches, or I don't know, some sweet treat or pizza, something that is really high in carbs, your blood sugar goes all the way up, and the more sugar it has, the faster it can spike up. But the faster it spikes up, the faster it goes down. Maybe you were high energy and everything, you feel like on cloud, then it goes down. We're gonna call it a crash. And your mood is bad, you're tired, you have low energy, you just want to sleep. You even have a brain fog, which is not really good. So in this video, I'm gonna show you 8 hacks how to keep your blood sugar steady, so you feel energized through the whole day and your mood is good. Starting with first hack, and the biggest mistake everyone does, is having a sweet breakfast. You think that if you have a sugar in the morning and if you have a sweet snack, you're gonna have energy. No. Stop these myths about that sugar gives you energy. Yeah, it gives, but the crash after. Why is no one talking about that? So what I want you to do is having a savory breakfast. I stand for the fact that every meal should be balanced. So I'm not telling you to restrict carbohydrates because it makes you gain weight and fat, and no. You need carbs for energy, but keep it simple, like starches, something that is easier to digest. You need the healthy fats for your hormones, proteins for building muscle, fiber that cleans your stomach, and carbs for energy, as I mentioned before. Second tip, and I think this is gonna be the least favorite, but drink vinegar before you eat something. It sounds really disgusting, but if you have some apple cider vinegar is actually really good. It actually stops the enzyme called alpha amylase, which transforms starches into glucose. So when you have the vinegar and then you eat some sweets, you don't digest it immediately, so the glucose spike isn't that high. Drink it before the meal or after, but you have to do it in 20 minutes. That's the time it stops alpha amylase. The recommended amount of vinegar is a normal tablespoon. Hack number 3, eating the food in the right order. I'm not telling you if you have a toast or something to split it into those food categories. No, but if you want, you can. The right order of food is fiber, then proteins and fats, and then the carbs. I'm gonna show you how I ate the food in the right order and how I ate it in the wrong order, so you can compare it. It's a really big difference. Hack number 4, put clothes on your carbs. What I mean by this is when you have some candy or sweet treat, just have it with some yogurt or some proteins or fats. Or if you have some pizza, don't eat the whole pizza, but grab a slice or two and just eat it with some tomatoes or something. Hack number 5, have a veggie starter before you eat actual meal. So you're about to eat some pizza or something that is really high in carbs. And what I want you to do is order a salad and ask if it's possible to bring it as a starter, so you actually have the right order of the food categories. Hack number 6 is not really a hack, but I want to just tell you that calories don't matter. If you eat some chocolate bar or a salad for the same calories, what is actually better? The salad, of course, because it has all the nutrients, it's not that processed, and it's also built around fiber, proteins. If it's really balanced, it has everything, and it doesn't spike your blood sugar that high as the chocolate bar. Hack number 7, have a dessert instead of a sweet snack. Don't eat a sweet snack on an empty stomach. Eat a dessert after a meal. The best thing would be after the veggie starter. And the last hack before we get to bonus, have any type of movement after a meal, whether that be a walk, a strength training, a dance workout, Pilates, literally anything. It uses the energy from the food you ate to the movement, so again, even though it might be a glucose spike, it's a bit lower and it's more steady. And now, as I promised, we have our bonus tips. The amount of food actually matters. When you eat, for example, 1 cookie, it's obviously better than 20 cookies because you have more sugar, more of everything. It also takes longer to digest. This is my really recent find, that when you feel sick, or you maybe are sick, or at least you have a headache, or you feel dizzy or something, your blood sugar is actually lower. Now, what our glucose goddess once uploaded is actually, if it's better, a half of blueberry or a teaspoon of honey. You can get antioxidants from honey, but there's so much sugar in the spoon of honey, and you can actually get the same amount of antioxidants in the half of blueberry for literally no sugar. And the last bonus tip is, what time should you eat your sweet treats? Well, as I said, you shouldn't eat sweet breakfast. So definitely not in the morning, and definitely not before you're going to sleep, or like 3 hours before you're going to sleep. I noticed that when I ate something before I went to sleep, or even 3 hours before I went to sleep, I actually had a small glucose spike and few crashes during the night. So the next day I woke up kind of tired, not wanting to get out of bed. So have the sweet treat or whatever in the afternoon, maybe after a lunch. That would be best. This was not really my typical content, but I want to make more of these, so I decided to start, and I hope you'll try those hacks and enter your healthy era. Also, if you have some questions or you have your own tips or anything, let me know in the comments, because sharing is caring. And that would end here, so bye!